still waiting for my reimbursement. I'm still didn't come.
Listen, if I had to buy new clothes for every client I help lose weight, I would be dead broke. Hey there, Coach Devin here, and I am super pumped to have my good friend Amanda Chater back on YouTube with me. Amanda, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Nice and early in the morning.
She was like, thank you for having me. I don't know, was that a question? And then you were not sure that I was having you on there or not?
You act like you're shocked, like I'm not a weird person.
This is Amanda after all. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
It's true.
Okay, so as lots of you know, Amanda has a pretty cool transformation story. Now, I'm going to let you tell the background, not, I mean, we don't have to go into super details with this, but a little bit of the background story of your transformation. All right, so fire away. Tell me a little bit about it, how it started and where you are now.
Well, it started by a Groupon that my sister bought me. And my first class was obviously with you, which was such a delight. I left halfway through to go to the bathroom because I thought I was going to throw up. And then I was like, you know what? I actually it wasn't, the workout was really great, but the people at the gym were really great too, like you and like everyone else around me. And I just thought that I realized we're all on the same boat, even though we all look different shapes, sizes, color. And it just kind of pushed me to keep going. And I made friends there, and it made me even want to go even more. And then I started Project Fit. Really, I'm going to say started Project Fit really correct, I guess.
Well, let's be clear here for a second. So when I first came up with Project Fit, Cameron, my friend Cameron, who has so far been too shy to come on here, Cameron said to me, I need to get abs. I think he wanted to impress the ladies, and he's like, I need to get abs. And his food was terrible, and I was like, all right, I can get you abs. If you want me to get you abs, I'll get you abs, dude. It's not that hard. And I said, okay, if I'm going to do it with Cameron, I'm going to make Amanda do it too, because that way I can show I can do it with males and females. And I didn't give her a choice. I just made her do it.
Yeah, he did. But it came at a good time because I came from a trip in the summer and I hated every picture of me. I just didn't feel like I looked myself. It wasn't even the look. I just didn't feel the best. So I said, okay, I'm going to go against the guy. And my goal is to kick Cameron's butt. Because that is my goal every day when I hang out with you guys, is to try to beat you.
That's fair.
So yeah, that went really well. And I thought just having a partner, even though it wasn't like, hey, Cameron, meet me at the gym, let's work out. It was like doing our weekly measurements and stuff and talking about food and having conversation about just fitness and food in general really pushed me. Then I'm here today and I lost more weight.
So the first round, you lost a ton, like a lot. I think you lost 26, 28 inches, something crazy like that in the first 8 weeks or 9 weeks, right?
Yeah, I don't really know the numbers. I'm not really, I leave that to you.
So it was about 28, 29 inches the first, because she was first for the number of inches lost forever. Only one person ever beat her in there. And I think he beat you by 2 inches. It wasn't by much. And she did great. But one of the things that I would be like, Chater, you got to stop messing around with your food, dude. You got to pay more attention, because you like to play with it a little bit. You didn't always want to listen to everything I said.
I have taste buds and you don't. I don't do bland food. I can't eat chicken breast every day. But it really, so that program, when I did that with Cameron, really showed me or taught me a lot more about food. What food has protein, what food has fiber. You kind of just know the basics, but there's so much more out there. It's just not meat and fish that has protein. So it taught me a lot. So that was the introduction really for me to the whole weight loss part. And then I just kept continuing it, but over the time, like, yeah, I mean, I'm a huge foodie and I love going out to eat and trying new restaurants but I've been using my Fitness Pal. I wish I could check it, but it's been consistent for over a year every day. Like even on the days I was sick and I didn't even eat the amount of calories I was supposed to do, I still plugged in what I had to drink, what I ate every day until now.
And
And
now
it's
that's awesome. And what's interesting here is, so come like mid-January, I think it was January 19th, we're working out. So everybody knows Cameron and Amanda and I work out together. Mostly they argue with each other and I try to make them work out. That's mostly what happens. I spend a lot of time saying this is the dumbest conversation I've ever been in. I say that.
But he starts it. Okay, so let's just put that out there.
Sometimes you started to. So it come like January 19th, Amanda's like, that's it. I'm getting serious about this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You've lost a ton of weight. You've lost all these inches. You look like a different person. She's like, nope, I'm getting serious now. And then you lost like another 22 inches, 23 inches in like the next 7-8 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I was going through some stuff then, but that really pushed me. So, like, you and I had COVID probably at the worst time you could possibly have COVID, and the world still didn't know how to like isolate or what were the rules. I remember calling you and like being like, okay, this is what the nurse told me. Like, it was just a whole, like, it was too chaotic. It was too stressful. I had to stay in my room I actually stayed in my room for, I think, over the amount of time you were supposed to quarantine because I was so paranoid. So I never sat down like that in my entire life. I'm go, 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 hardly home. I come home to sleep, maybe eat, and that's it. So it made me really think about a lot of things. And sometimes that's not a good thing because you think about, I don't want to say trauma, but like past things. And I feel like in life, we try to, like in our present day, we're so fixated on the past that we're trying to like heal that I was like, okay, I need to fixate myself to the future. What do I want to feel like? What do I want to look like physically? Like looking like this right now, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. This is not what I would actually even dream of looking like if you talked to me 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. I'm like, no, there's no way. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm probably going to save up and get a loan, probably get some plastic surgery done, get a little tummy tuck. Like this was going in my mind because I didn't think it was physically, maybe it is possible, but I didn't think my mind was strong enough to actually go.
Because this is the smallest you've ever been in your adult life, right?
Yeah.
Which
I
is,
bought a
you know what, I
pair.
think that's amazing. That is super cool.
It is
To make a change like that is just, it's incredible. All right, so that kind of takes us up to present day. So it was about a week ago, and I said to Amanda, we're going to talk about this. She made a comment to me, and I want you to kind of flesh it out a little bit here. We were at the gym, and she said that when she looks in the mirror, well, I'll let you tell it because you're going to tell it better than I am. You remember what did you say to me at the time?
I waited till Cameron left to say this because I didn't know what Cameron would say or his comments. But I was like, sometimes like most of the time when I look in the mirror, I still don't see what you guys see. Like I still see, and I don't like to use the word fat or like anything like that because I wasn't like, to me, I still look like, when I'm looking in the mirror, I felt like I looked the same. And it's not until I put on clothes that I'm like, oh, okay, well, this does not fit me. I need to give this away. To make me realize like, okay, yeah, there's some changes. Or if someone takes a picture of me and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's quite a change. My face is definitely different. But it's like every time yeah.
What's amazing to me by that, I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
I think everybody gets into that headspace because when your body changes or you change things about yourself, you still see what what you want to see. So for me, I still think of myself as being skinny, and which is probably stupid, but in my mind, I'm like, I could be a lot bigger. I'm pretty skinny. You're seeing something that doesn't exist anymore at all, and the rest of us see something totally different. I thought that the story you told me, so that we're going to circle back to this in a second, the story you told me about buying pants, and when you went to buy the pants and then had taken back a couple times because you refused to believe the size of the pants, I think that illustrates this whole thing really well. Because you get to a point, I mean, I think right now you just don't get where you are. So tell that story about buying the pants.
Shout out to Jill at Aritzia. She's a friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure I drove her crazy over this. But I went in, and I was like, I just need new pair of jeans. Like I told you this, I bought like 4 pairs of jeans around Christmas. By January, when I started, like I was like, Devin, let's do this. They didn't fit me. I was swimming in them, and I was like, okay, I just spent all this money on clothes. So I went to the store and I was like, listen, I need a new pair of jeans, maybe a couple to have. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, I don't really know my size right now, so maybe just give me whatever. So she passed me a pair of jeans, and I looked at her and I was like, yeah, no, these aren't gonna fit me. And she's like, yeah, they are. And I'm like, well, we'll see. And I don't like trying on clothes in a store, so I'm like, I'll just buy them. I'll try them on at home. If they don't fit, whatever. So I go home and I'm like, she didn't even know. I ended up switching the size and took the size that I really thought I was, and I bought them. So I went home and like, shit, these don't fit me. They're big. And then I went back and she's like, did they fit you? And I was like, yeah, so this is what happened was I actually took the size I thought it was, and she just shook. She's like, you're not that size though. So I ended up getting this size. And when I got home, I was just like, I think I messaged my family group and I was like, guys, this is the size of pants that I bought. I mean, there was crickets because my family just probably are wondering, how am I going to roast this girl? Because that's how we are. But I was just like, this is crazy. As an adult, I've never bought size pants like this. Like 3 weeks ago, I bought a pair of pants online. I wore them last night. They were kind of like fitted a few weeks ago, and they weren't fitted last night. So like, it's just crazy to me. I don't know.
And this is what is cool, I think, about fitness and weight loss and all those things in general, is because you often think that's not possible. I mean, people tell me that all the time. Oh, I'd like to do this, but I don't think I can. And I'm like, you actually can. That's not going to be that hard. People think like 40 pounds of weight loss is a huge number because to them it is a big number, but really you can do that without a lot of problem. What's crazy is it's hard to figure out what you actually look like. So let's circle back to that mirror. When you looked in the mirror, what you see is the way you used to look, right?
Yeah.
And that is kind of an interesting thing because it shows you how, I mean, you would think your eyes are pretty objective. You think you look at something and you're like, okay, that's the way that looks. But in reality, it's all very sorry, I think you think your eyes are objective is what I meant to say, but reality, it's very subjective. You're looking in the mirror and you're seeing something totally different than the rest of us see. My wife said she's on Amanda, obviously, and she said it was back in, I think, mid-February or something, and she saw a picture I had posted of you, and she's like, Amanda, look, she doesn't even look like the same person anymore. What the hell happened to her? She's so tiny. And I'm like, I know, that's just what she looks like, but you don't see that stuff. And that shows how crazy and how much your mind can mess with you and get you going in a different direction. Do you still have a hard time with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I have like gut issues. Like, so like I'm really trying to figure out which foods do not cause me inflammation. When you do have those kind of issues, it doesn't even matter if you're size 0, 2, 4, 12, 20, you don't, when you see yourself in the mirror and how you feel inside, it's not good. Like could look in the mirror and be like, wow, I look like I gained 30 pounds. But you would look at me and be like, you're crazy. But it's just how my inner sides feel, that when I see a reflection of myself, I'm just like, I don't see what you see.
It's very, to me, it's very interesting. I mean, and that's why I want to do this video, is because I think everybody's in the same boat with this. I mean, I look in the mirror and I have days, I call them skinny fat days, that I feel skinny and fat at the same time. I know that's not real, because the next day I can wake up and be like, I look great. Come on now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same look, but for whatever reason, that day I'm having a bad day, I'm frustrated, whatever, I'm tired. I will go to that and be like, oh, I'm skinny and fat at the same time. You have, days you look in the mirror and you're like, I haven't changed at all. But at the same time, it's, that in reality is not true. Amanda actually came into work about 3 weeks ago and told me that I had to buy her all new scrubs because her scrubs didn't fit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're welcome, actually, for getting new scrubs. I'm not buying her new scrubs, in case you're wondering.
I'm still waiting for my reimbursement. I still didn't come.
Listen, if I had to buy new clothes for every client I help lose weight, I would be dead broke.
That should be your next challenge. You lose weight, I'll pay for your next wardrobe.
I'd be out of business, right? It wouldn't work. Either that, or I would have to get really, really bad at my job.
Yeah.
Because then they'd have to not lose weight, so I didn't have to pay the money. Yeah, that wouldn't work too well. So, as somebody who has completely changed their body, completely different look for you, you're like a whole new person. What has been kind of the weird thing for you? Like, what has been the stuff that you find that how do other people treat you? Because I know we were working out maybe 6-7 months ago, and somebody was getting a tour of the gym, and Cameron and Amanda and I are there. And this guy comes in, and Beth is showing him around, and he said, and I'm not kidding, he looks over, he goes, that's Cameron and Amanda. Like, it was like he was seeing a rock star, right? He was super pumped, like, oh my God, that's who they are. Because you guys are all over my social media. People know who you are. And not that, I'm that important. It's because I posted a lot, and you have got really cool stories. What has been your experience with that? Because it was cool for me at that moment. I'm like, wow, people look at her and Cameron and they're like, those people are famous. Do you find that people treat you, first off, obviously, I'm sure people are amazed with how different you look, but do people treat you differently now that you look so different?
Yeah, there's a positive and a negative to it too. The positive, which pushes me and like, honestly, it kind of makes me emotional about it, is just random people. Like, whenever you tag me, you tag my like Instagram handle name or like my actual name on Facebook, and they'll inbox me with like really nice messages. And I'm like, these people don't even have to do that. Like, they took the time to like write a paragraph and just tell me like, you're inspiring me. And I'm just like, and these are the people that inspire me, which is crazy, because like, I hope they watch this and know that, but it's people that I don't even know, which is really crazy. I remember walking into the gym on a weekend like a few weeks ago. Someone goes, "Hey, Ivy flossing," which is my Instagram. And I was like, maybe I should change it, but no, I will never change it. But she just knew me through Instagram, and it was just like, I really noticed, like, I've been following your journey, and it's been like amazing. That part is just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the best kind of feeling. And I mean, I put that stuff out there not to seek attention. I mean, you know me well enough that like, I don't even know how to take compliments properly, but like, I put myself out there because of that, because of those people. I mean, we get inspired by celebrities, which their bodies maybe aren't real, and we feel like we're supposed to be born to look a certain way, but I'm pretty real online. Like, I mean, pictures look good based on angles, but like, I'll be super real and show you what my stomach looks like when I'm bloated. And I mean, I don't care if someone can relate to that. I mean, I don't really,
That's awesome.
that's awesome for me.
That's super awesome because it shows the level of, I think, inspiration for people, that everybody is looking for someone who's like them, right? To
Mhm.
say, hey, you did that, I can do that too. That's super cool. Because what we're inundated with through social media is a lot of negativity, especially nowadays. It's a ton of
Mhm.
negativity and a ton of people being cranky and angry and fighting and COVID and pandemics and all this craziness. And it's
Mhm.
nice to see people who are positive and see changes in somebody who hasn't gone to their head. They haven't gotten full of themselves. They're the same person who's just like, yeah, I did this. It's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
I think people get excited about that. One of my clients who only knows Amanda very, sort of tangentially, wrote Amanda a note to say, hey, listen, sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm the same way. And Erin's very fit too. And she's like, I
Yeah.
told me, I wrote her because I felt like I should reach out to her because I'm the same as she is. I'm exactly the same. So I think there's a certain commonality of the human experience, and having somebody to look at that you say, hey, I've watched you do this. It's really, really cool for people.
Mhm.
And I think it does, it 100% inspires them.
It is, but these people need to really understand that the positive aspect of social media, like reaching out to someone, can really change them. Like getting those messages, like I could have had a really bad day, and then like getting Aaron's message just kind of just makes my day. I mean, there is a lady at the gym too, that's starting like her Project Fit or journey, and I mean, she reached out to me on social media as well and was like, "You inspired me to join." And to I don't still don't know how to take it. I'm just kind of overwhelmed, and I get super emotional about it because I feel like there's no looking back. Like now I'm doing it for everyone else too. If
That's
that makes
fair.
sense.
That's fair.
Um, the negative aspect is like I get really weird DMs from males.
For the male side of the species, I would like to apologize for that. We're not all jackasses. There's going to be a
Yeah.
few. I mean, I guess it's a compliment. Our friend Jamie was joking around with Amanda one time. He came for a workout. And he was joking around with that. I date you, Amanda, and I was like, well, that's a positive. He's never said that one before.
But it's what's in the inside and not the outside.
No, this is true. And I mean, that's one of the nice things about it. You haven't, and I think this is cool for people to understand, and we'll kind of wrap up with this one. Just because you change your body and you become fit doesn't mean you become a jackass. I
That's
get it.
true.
I get it a ton because people look at me and they're like, okay, bald, tattoos, he works out, got to be a complete jerk, right? He's going to be a jackass. That guy's going to be an idiot. Probably doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. Probably a whole bunch of other stuff that we won't even get into. My wife, the first time we went on a date, she had a whole lot of preconceived notions. I think she was just dating me just the way I looked. I don't think it had anything to do with anything else. And it's funny because then she would go, "You're totally not what I expected you would be." And that's the thing. You don't, just because somebody's fit doesn't mean they're a knucklehead. And at the same time, every person that's fit in a gym has been the person who walked in the gym the first day and wasn't there. And that's one thing I just want to
Mhm.
finish with that one and get your thoughts on it. First time you walk in a gym, it's intimidating. Feels weird, feels uncomfortable. Like there's a lot of weird stuff with that. But the
Yeah,
thing people have to remember is every single person at that gym has been you before, because nobody starts fit.
it's true. I mean, we had this conversation the other day. I'm sure people that don't know me look at my social media and it's like, oh, this girl thinks she's something else. She thinks she's um I don't know what's the slang words kids use these days.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Hot AF. Like, no, I don't. I really don't. I'm actually quite shy. Like, if you don't know me, I'm really shy. But then when you get to know me, or if really vibe with you, we have the same goofy, you know, personality, like that's me. But yeah, I'm not full of myself at all. Like, again, I'm just putting myself out there. It's just like showing a couple on Facebook, Instagram, that they post every day that they're happy and love doesn't mean that they're like that in real life, right? So it's
100%.
the same.
That's right.
Just because I pose and look a certain way, it's called angles. I don't look like that every day.
Well, none of us do.
Unless I was like a statue and I just posed the entire time. Yeah, but I mean, in real life, when you see me, yeah, I don't, I'm not walking around with the belly top and showing my stomach, or you know, showing off my arms after our workouts on Fridays. But like,
Well, we do that sometimes. Come on, we
I
got to
mean,
do a little bit of
you do
flexing. I
that.
mean, we kind of, I
No,
still
I'm
get you to
still
do it.
learning. I don't know how to flex yet, so still
We're
learning
working on
that.
it.
But yeah, I mean, it's a perspective people see on social media. Okay, this is how they are on social media. I bet you their personality sucks, or they're full of themselves. No, everyone has a story. And that's why I love meeting new people. And with my work, I do meet new people every day. And my goal is every time I meet someone, I ask them a question and find ways to relate to them. So that way I'll always remember them. Like, I'm not really good with names, but I'm good with faces, and I'll remember one thing about that person. So I feel like just everyone has a story, everyone can relate to each other. We all have something in common. Like, there has to be one thing we have in common with one person we meet. That's just how
Jader,
I feel.
I love that thought. I think that's super cool. That is super cool. And that's really what it should be all about anyway, is being positive with other people, meeting new people. I'm the same as you. I love meeting new people. And don't worry, we're just because you have made a huge change with who you are doesn't mean you're looking down on anybody who hasn't, or somebody
Oh,
who's
no.
starting or whatever. Like, this is about, that's the whole goal of health and fitness in general, is working with other people to help them get to a new place, because of heck, we've all started someplace.
Well, that's the thing. And also going back to the whole social media, I call them Twitter fingers. People that are so negative on social media that they're willing to make comments. I remember you made a video or thing about me, and the girl was like, I don't know, her tattoos on her body aren't the same. Girl, just follow me on Instagram. You'll see it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we can block negative people on social media, why not block them in real life? Like, I surround myself with just positive people. I don't even care if you're a family member. If you're negative, I ain't vibing with you. Like, until you become positive, I'll hang out with you.
So look out, shaders. Amanda might cut you all loose very shortly. Be careful. You better be on your best behavior.
I'm going to get a text from my sister. Was that about me?
Maha will be like, who are we talking about here? Maha, we're not talking about you. We love you. We promise we love you, Maha.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still part of my vibe.
So, Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. I think this is amazing. And
Thank
I think
you.
there's a certain universality of how things work for people. And I love the fact that you're so honest and straightforward and share with all of us. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. See how awkward I am?
Yeah, she gets all weird at the end. If you really want to make her uncomfortable, tell her you look very nice today. She'll get super uncomfortable with that too.
What do you want? You want some money?
She actually said that to me one day. I was like, Amanda, you look very nice today. She's like, what do you want? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's how friendship works, kids.
This is me, guys. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Have an awesome day.
Thanks. You too.
Take care.
Bye.